Alright guys, so I'm trying this again. It worked a little bit last time, but apparently there was no sound, so I want to make sure that I do this again. I just want to give you guys some practice or some something to watch in case you were absent on Friday or you need some review on how to conjugate our verbs. Okay. Right now, keep in mind that when we conjugate a verb, we're putting it in 6 different forms, putting it in depending on the subject. So, for example, if our verb in English were to sleep, then I would be saying I sleep, you sleep, he sleeps, we sleep, y'all sleep, they sleep. And in other languages, in foreign languages like Spanish and French and Latin, what's going to happen is we are going to take our verb, and in order to show this, we're going to change the ending of the verb. So to do this, okay, we're going to go through one in each conjugation. So we're going to start off with a first conjugation verb, and we're going to use nawigo, nawigare. May not be a verb you're familiar with, but it means to sail, and it's actually on your sheet. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the I form, the nawigo. I want to say I sail. And actually, all I have to do there is look at the first principal part. The first principal part of a verb, right here, the nawigo, that's always the I form, just in the present. So that would be I sail. Now, I want to now go ahead and say you sail, he sails, we sail, y'all sail, they sail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the base of my verb. I'm going to do this by cutting off the RE. And I'm going to do this for every conjugation I encounter. So when I do that, I get the stem nawiga. And I can actually, because that A is a long vowel, just write that stem for everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add my endings to it. So nawigo, nawigas, nawigot, nawigamus, nawigatis, and nawigant. That's how easy a first conjugation verb is. And all first conjugations will act like this. So any word with that ARE will act like this. So amo, amare, to love, for example. Amo, amas, amat, amamas, amatis, amat. To work, laborare, laboro, laboras, laborat, laboramus, laboratus, laborant. Super easy, super simple. I do something, you do something, he does something. All first will work like that. To carry, portare, that ARE, porto, portas, portat, portamus, portatus, and then portant. All right, now let's erase a first. If I can erase. I just moved a bunch of stuff. I'm still trying to figure out how to work this thing. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Ah, no. Go away. Okay, I'm still recording. Okay, so ultimately, then I want to do a second. So let's do a second. Let's do moneo. Monere. And this is a common second. You don't know what it means. It means to warn. But regardless, even if I don't know what it means, as long as I know the conjugation, I can conjugate it. So here I'm going to go ahead and again take the first one down, moneo. I'm going to cut the RE off to get my base, and I get monet. Now, the macron doesn't remain on the E, but because it is a long vowel in the infinitive form, the aorist form, that E is strong. It's not going anywhere. So I can just add my endings. Moneo, mones, monet, monemus, monetus, monet. Every single second will act like this. So for example, sedeo, to sit. Sedeo, sedes, sedet, sedemus, sedetus, sedet. Now before you think this is wildly easy and you're just going to turn this video off, let's do a third. Let's do deco, decare. This is where things get a little tricky. Okay, so my third is deco, decare. Again, I can just take down deco. That's easy enough. Cut off my RE and I get dice, D-I-C-E. But that E is short in the infinitive. And really, if I pronounce this right, it's dice. I'm doing this wrong, sorry. Dice. Eventually, do you notice when you say it long enough, the E kind of changes to an I? Well, that's what happens for this verb. Because this E is short, one of the ways to think about it is when you add endings on it, it can't hold the weight of its endings. So that E is going to drop off and change to I. And that does this in thirds, not seconds, because the E is long in seconds, but in thirds. So instead of deca being this, it's going to be deki. So deco, dekis, dekit. And all I'm doing is adding that I and then adding my ending, right? Dekimus, dekitis. And then here's the issue. That's a D-I-C-I-T-I-S there. I can't really quite get the S in. Here's the issue here. Now I would have dekint. But INT is a big no-no for the Romans for whatever reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm take that I, and down here in the third plural to say they, I'm going to change it to a U. It's going to be die Kunt. And you've seen this before with words like scribo and lego, and all thirds will go like this. Scribo, scribis, scribit, scribimus, scribitus, scribunt. Lego, legis, legit, legimus, legitus, legunt. Caro, caris, carit, carimus, caritis, carunt. So all thirds will go like that. Okay? Now all we need is we need to do a fourth, and then we're pretty good. So if we look at a fourth, and remember third IOs, which we haven't really talked about a lot, but third IOs are going to act like fourths too. So we're going to do a fourth, which let's do dormio, dormire, to sleep, right? Now, again, just to say I sleep, I bring down dormio, super easy, cut off the RE. Now my stem here is dormi. That's a long I. And I actually did that wrong. The macron doesn't necessarily stay, just like the second, but that I is long, so it's dormi. So because that I in the infinitive is long, it's not going anywhere. I can just add my ending. Dormis, dormit, dormimus, dormitis. So again, this one's really easy, just like the first and seconds. The only problem that I run into is then I have dormit, and I just said I can't take that I anywhere, but if I add int, I've got int again. So what I want to do is I want to do kind of what I did over here for the third. But instead of changing my I to U, I'm just going to add the U, because I can't take that I out because it's long in the infinitive. So ultimately what I'll get is dormio, dormis, dormit, dormimus, dormitus, dormiunt. If I was doing this with audio, audire, another fourth, it'd be audio, audis, audit, audimus, auditus, audiunt. If I was doing this with even a third IO, where you have IO, like a third IO would be an example, capio, capere, where that looks third, but the IO tells me it's fourth, right? Third IOs would even act like this, capio, capis, capit, capimus, capitis, capiunt. Okay, so any fourth or third IO will act like this. Ultimately, what you have to understand is that these examples I've just done for you are templates for every conjugation. Every verb, when it is a fourth conjugation, will act just like dormio did. Every third will act just like dico did. Every second will act just like moneo, and every first will act just like navigo. So if you use these as a template, it should make conjugating pretty easy. Just one thing to keep in mind, you've done all of these in the present tense. So you know how to say things now like I sleep, you sleep, he sleeps, we are sleeping, y'all are sleeping. Things are happening right now, but you don't yet know how to say them in the past. You will learn how to do this later in the quarter, so that's something to look forward to. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in class.